Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in to AI Jedi. In this episode, I'm going to show you something very cool. Um, in fact, it's something you might be able to adapt to create your very own business if you wanted to. It's got a lot of applications. So basically, in a nutshell, what we're going to do today is we're going to take a mobile device like a cell phone. This one's an Android. And we're going to turn it into a live streaming webcam, then route the streaming video through some code that I'll show you in a second, extract frames on the fly, then send them through the OpenAI API for analysis, apply some logic on the responses, which can trigger different instructions and things that you could do, and then store the parsed API results in a data frame. You could download it as a CSV, or you could API out the responses to some other thing, for example, like Shopify or something, to take the information that you got and then push it somewhere else. Okay, so let me just jump right in. I've got it. Here, let's turn it on. First, I'll just show you what this thing does, right? And then I'll give you some examples of other applications for it, and then we'll run through the code. So let's see, here we go. Let's turn this way. Okay, so now I've got the phone live streaming, and what I'm going to do is just go ahead and here's the video right here, streaming. So what it did is took a frame here. Let's move this over. Took a frame and it identified it as a Dell, Inspiron, market price, so forth and so on. All right, let's take a look. I got a phone right here. Let's see. Let me get this right here. Let's see. Let's see if it gets it. Let's see. What's it say? T48. It's got pricing information. Okay. Let's grab something else. Let's see, let's get this thing. Let's see if we can pick this up. Okay, still streaming. Get that, see what happens. Okay, it's a laptop, it's an Asus, it's an X512J, and it's got some market pricing. Okay, so you get the idea. You can basically catalog anything. Now watch this though. We'll go over here. Let's see, running files. We need to go, where is it? Oh, product details. Here's the data frame. Let's take a quick look. Okay, so it took so basically it took the streaming video, extracted frames from it, sent it to OpenAI for analysis, determined what product type it was, the brand, the model, and the low price and the high price, and put it into a data frame for us. I mean, we could also grab the serial number if we wanted to and things like that, and even the condition. It could even assess the condition, like new, slightly used, or C grade or whatever. So the cool thing about this application is once you turn your mobile device into a streaming live video that can run through OpenAI, you could basically do, here's an example. You could, my son has football cards and he hasn't cataloged them yet digitally. Where now he could just lay them out on the table, start live streaming the cards. OpenAI will pick up what card it is, what year it is, what condition it is. It go out and search the web for pricing, for high and low on eBay or whatever, and then create a database for him where he doesn't have to manually enter anything. I should also point out that you don't actually have to use the capture button. You could actually turn that off and just let the video stream all the time, and then maybe extract every fifth frame and send it to automatically extract every fifth frame in the code and send it to OpenAI. Or you could build in logic where you're just streaming your phone over objects, and every time a new object is detected, then capture a frame, automatically capture a frame and extract it and send it to OpenAI. So you don't have to touch anything or do anything. You could even put in a voice command if you wanted to. But I just have this capture button to show you. There are many different ways that you can actually stream and send video to OpenAI that way. You don't have to use just the capture button. So it's a really cool way to catalog things. You could do the same thing with Star Wars characters. I got a lot of Star Wars figures from when I was a kid. I've never cataloged them. They're all sealed in a big boxes. It'd be great to just lay them all out and live stream them to the code and have them cataloged. So let's take a quick look at the actual code here. So you see. So, okay, so one of the first things you're going to need to do is whatever device you're using, you're going to need to put IP webcam on it. Put that app on it. So if you have an old Android or something, it's really easy. Just put IP webcam on there, and then it will give you the IP address. Put it in your code, and I'll show you how to do that in a second. I'm going to have to blank out mine, but here we go. All right. So basically, if you don't know how to set up the OpenAI API and how to fund it, then watch that video in my series. It's a very short video to explain it. For some other commands for sending single images to OpenAI from video frames, like every third frame or whatever, I have a video for that too. I think it's how to use OpenAI to analyze video part 2. Look at that video. Actually, part 1 and part 2. Those are very useful, and this builds upon that. Okay, so here are all of your dependencies. So you have to load all these. I'll include this code in the comments down below. By the way, if you like this video, please like the video and then subscribe to the channel. I plan on putting a lot of cool videos up. Okay, so how does this thing work? Here are the dependencies. So here, if you have a username and password, IP address, and port, I'm going to obviously have to block all this out so you guys don't see my stuff. But you would put yours in there. And this is all listed. By the way, the IP address will be listed right on the screen when you start the app for the IP webcam. You'll see that, so it's easy to fill this in. Here's the IP camera URL, how it sets it up. It formulates it based on what you put up here. And this is a dictionary that's set up to store the responses from OpenAI. Here's where the Panda data frame gets set up, the columns and everything. So we're gonna get back from OpenAI the product type, the brand, the main model, low price and high price. And of course, we're going to populate the data frame with that later. Here's the command to open the video capture for the IP camera URL, which was built up here in this area here. Okay. Some error handling if it doesn't open. Okay, so obviously, you're going to need all this code, but I want to get to the part where one of the most important parts, you probably know all this stuff. This is encoding the image that's extracted from the video as base64. You need to do that. Here's another function to actually get the image, okay, from the video, from the streaming video. Okay, all of these commands, I know you've seen in the other videos that I have. So if you don't know how to set up your API key as a .env file, that's covered in the early videos. Take a look at that. All right, here we go. Here is the how we send this to GPT-4o. You are an IT hardware expert. You are adept at identifying, categorizing IT hardware and equipment. I make that. So I basically narrow Chat-GPT's thinking here and try to get it to be an expert and focus on being an expert in IT. Then we send the image. Here's an image. Please identify and list in an organized fashion the product type in 1 or 2 words, because I don't want it rambling on, because we want to be able to put these things in a data frame. Also include, you see here, whoops, oh, I went too far. You see here the brand in 1 word, the model in 1 word, and the current low and high market price in US dollars. All right, so after that, here's where we send the image. And of course, this is looping through. This happens each time you capture one of the frames from the streaming video. Okay, temperature 0, so it doesn't hallucinate. All right. Here we're extracting from the response information that we need to put into the data frame later on. And here's where we're putting it into the data frame right here. So we're getting the product type, the brand, the main model, the low price, and the high price. Keep in mind, you could put other things: serial number, condition, is it new, like new, used, that type of stuff. Then a couple of commands here to control the size of the webcam, the window, the IP cam window. It's quite big unless you, mine was quite big, so I had to set it to 800 by 600. I did put some logic in here so that I didn't have to push the capture button while I'm holding the phone. I was trying to bind the space key. It works, but I gotta do a little bit more troubleshooting there, but it sort of works, that part. And then here's where it prints out the data frame, and here's where it saves the data frame to a CSV file. So, like I said, you can use this to catalog anything. So imagine you're in a warehouse, you have a warehouse environment, and you've got all these products coming in, and you have temp staff working there, and they don't have the expertise to know what everything is. And you don't want them manually entering it into, each one of them entering it into some system or some spreadsheet. Some people spell it right, some people don't, some people do caps, some do lowercase, some use hyphens. No, you want consistency. So a system like this could, if all the people on the line are using an Android device with streaming video, they could be, the results would be uniform and consistent across that whole team as they inbound items and catalog them and sort them. Now, one thing I didn't tell you here is, I left it out, I guess, but there's logic you can put in here that says, okay, if it's a laptop and it's more than $500, put it in this green bucket, right, in the warehouse. If it's a VoIP phone and it's under $100, it's not worth our time and trouble. Put it in the red bucket, right? So you can even give operators instructions, logic based on what OpenAI is saying back to you. So there are a lot of cool applications with this, a lot of different things that you could do. I was actually thinking of using it for my diet. So I would just stream everything I'm eating, have it sent to OpenAI, and bring back calories. It can tell all that. And as a matter of fact, I was at Jimmy John's and it picked up the cup that I was drinking out of. It saw the Jimmy John's logo and it saw my sub. And then I just told it was a number 12. It knew right away that it was a beach club. I guess OpenAI trained itself on restaurant menus. So anyways, really, it's limitless what you can do. It's really up to you and your creativity. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, if you liked it, please go ahead and hit like, and please subscribe to the channel if you learned something or you felt this was a good way to spend 20 minutes of your time. Thanks, I appreciate it, and I'll see you on the next episode. Bye.